Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Scraptember 2023, brought to you by the Scrappy sisters and Laura Alberts. Today's prompt is to use stickers, and I think I got like 30 something stickers on this layout, you guys, and it's not even sticker sneeze, I don't think, anyway. It looks pretty good. I have some campfire photos from my Girl Scouts doing campfire for a Cub Scout campout. Three of them have had younger siblings in Cub Scouts, and so we were able to do this little campfire thing for them where they led songs, and then they actually I don't think they did a skit, but they got a couple of the adult leaders involved, and they did a song called Pink Pajamas. And they made a couple of the leaders wear pajamas. So one's got a flannel nightgown on and one's got pink pajamas on. And it was a pirate themed camp. So that is why the girls are all in piratey type clothes, in case you're wondering about that. I had these two really cool wood grain pieces, and they had these collage papers on them, but in large part they are mostly wood grain. And so I just went ahead and put my photos right over the top of the collage portion, so it looks like there's more layers behind them than there really are. If I cover them up, I'm not worried about it, but if they also show, I'm not worried about it either. So I am fussy cutting out stickers. So these are all from a sticker book, and I didn't make you sit there and watch me cutting them out, but they're from a sticker book, so they're kind of thin. You can see the sticker book there. It's from Simple Stories. And so I put everything onto white paper, and then I went ahead and just fussy cut around all of the stickers to give them all a little bit of a white border. And I really like the way that they end up looking. I am also using a bunch of products from some Assemblage Required today. So I'm using this Get Wild acrylic piece. Actually, it might be a wood piece. I don't know. It's really cool though. It says Get Wild on it. It's all etched in there, and it looks really cool. My brain is a little fried at the moment, you guys. So anyway, I am pulling out more wood veneer pieces from some Assemblage Required. I am going to use one of the pieces from the set on the only set that's sitting on the table now, and then I am going to use a couple other things also from a couple of other sets, and I will link everything down below for you guys so that you can check that out. I'm just kind of playing around with the placement of things and figuring out what other pieces I am going to use. There will be another wood piece in this bottom banner cluster, but it won't be the one that I just laid down there. It's going to be like a little hanging sign, and I think it's super cute. So I'm really happy with that. These are all from the September release, and they are just awesome. So if you've got outdoorsy stuff or camping stuff in your photos to document, go check out her website. She's got a lot of stuff out right now. That is just perfect. A little tiny campfire. A hanging sign. She's got like the little camp signs that are the really simplistic ones that you see at camp signs, and with like the picnic bench and the campfire. I think those are super cute. Anyway, lots of cute stuff. These tickets, the brown ones here that I'm pulling out right now, those are from the embellishment box, as is the Get Wild piece. Those come all together with a variety of other items in the monthly embellishment box. And then some of the wood pieces are just standalone packages that are sold in the shop, so you can go and check that out. Again, this was not a Some Assemblage Required sponsored video, but it might as well be, right? Anyway, I am also using some of these wood rounds out of that same sticker book, in the upper right hand side where it says Happy Little Campers. I thought that was really cute, and I thought that would work well. And then I am inking everything up with some walnut stain distress ink. I decided I needed some more layers, and mostly because I do want to include some journaling, and I didn't really leave myself anywhere to journal. So it wasn't really an afterthought. Sometimes I do my journaling on top of just the plain paper. the background paper, but in this case, I felt like it needed a little bit extra. Um, it needed a more defined place, basically. So again, all of these pieces that I'm cutting out here, they're all from the same sticker book. I think I was trying to really just use as many as I can, but to make it look cohesive. The only thing that is really not from the sticker book besides the labels, now those green labels are from a different month's embellishment box. So the brown ones are from this month, the green ones are from a prior month. But the only other item that I, right off the top of my head, is that tag that's in the bunting on the upper left hand side that has the tree on it. That is, I think, from an old I want to say Heidi Swap collection, and it's the only thing that is really that I pulled in that was from something different. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in some of this text paper just to do a couple of other layers, because this one layer looked very lonesome. So I thought I will bring in a little bit more so it looks a little bit more intentional and not like an afterthought. And then I am going to bring some in to the opposite side also, so that it just corresponds well. And by doing that, I do end up covering up several of the layers that are on the background paper. But like I said, I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me. It's just, it is what it is. They weren't a piece that I thought, well, I really need to have these showing, so let's work around them. Obviously, I put my pictures right over the top, so they weren't something that I felt like they had to be there. Okay, so I'm just using more of this grid paper, trying to figure out how to fit it in here without it being too chunky. So I'm going to trim that down just a bit so it's not sticking out quite as much. And the rough edges, I'm not too concerned about that. They're going to be underneath the photos. So we're going to just play with it here and see what we can do. And I did ink all of these up again with walnut stain to just give them a nice dark border, and I really like how that ends up looking. I mainly chopped off that piece that was sticking out there because my photo was already glued down and I would just have to keep pulling it up to get it further underneath. So I was like, I don't need to tuck it that far under. I'll just trim it off and it'll work out just fine. So I'm happy with the way that that looks. I also am happy that my other layers do show. It works out great. And then that text piece is tucked in there also. And I think that makes another nice little area for this embellishment cluster. And I'm going to end up moving the Get Wild up into this area also. And I like that a little bit better. So that makes me pretty happy. These tickets are really cool because they come on a strip and you can just, they're perforated, so you can just pull them apart really easily and make them whatever size that you want. Like the little, there's a little section of ones that say Admit and they go 3 across. So they're really tiny and I just think they're really cool. So now I am pulling in more stickers from the same sticker book. I believe this sticker book is from the Lakeside collection that we used about, maybe last fall for Kit Conspiracy. And it's got all of these additional leaves and more wood rounds. And so I'm just putting those on to the white paper and trimming around them. And then I'm going to stack up some wood rounds over in this far right hand side so that it kind of mirrors the one that says Get Wild, and I'm tucking in a couple over under the Get Wild side also, just to bring in more of that lighter brown because the Get Wild piece is pretty dark. And I like how that's looking. Adding a little foliage kind of softens up the edges. And now I am working on my bunting or banner, whatever you want to call that. I put a foam at the top of each one of these pieces. And then I put a little bit of glue on the foam and a glue at the bottom so that it is connected in 2 spots to the background paper. But by putting it up onto foam, it gives it a little added dimension. And then it also allows me to take my string and tuck it underneath the top so it looks like they're actually hanging from the string. And I really like how that looks. And it makes it a lot easier for me to place the string rather than to try to attach all of those to it and then get it all lined up. This just seems to work better for me. I don't know. I'm not sure how everybody else does it, but it's what works for me. I did pop that leaf up onto some foam and a couple of the other leaves, and that's why I have my acrylic block kind of holding it down until it sets up and connects or attaches to the background piece, because sometimes when you add all of that, it doesn't they don't connect, and then your glue dries and they're not actually attached. So my little acrylic block there is super helpful and just gives it a little bit of extra pressure while I work on other things. Okay, I'm getting to a point over here where I think this is how I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue everything down, tucking in some leaves, tucking in some wood, and just layering them up. Again, I think when I counted, I had like 32 or 38 stickers on here out of that sticker book, which is pretty impressive without making it look like kind of a hot mess. So I think it looks pretty good. Those two pieces at the top of the photos, those are also from the sticker book, and then I replaced the words with different words that were in the sticker book because I wasn't really keen on the words that they had already printed on them. They just weren't appropriate for my photos. I think one of them might have said at the lake or something like that, and obviously we're not at a lake. So just cover up that with one of the other little word stickers and it'll work out just fine. So again, just more fussy cutting going on here. And once I get all of that fussy cutting done, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I really should have done this for the fussy cutting day, but then I wouldn't have so many stickers. So it seems to work for this. Now I don't mind if some of the tips of those are not really stuck down to my photos because I don't want them super flat. I want them to have a little dimension, but I also didn't put foam underneath the ones that are at the bottom of the photograph there above the lower banner or bunting. So now I'm going to work on placing my twine. I'm just getting a little bit of glue in there, and then I'll just let it sit and sit until it is set up and tacked down so that I don't accidentally pull the string out by trying to do anything else. Like I just kind of like move on and do something different and come back to it. I do end up, I think, tying little knots in the ends of those strings, which I like the way that it looks. And I do add a little bit of string into that tag, and that does take me a little bit of work because it's already glued down. But you'll see here, I kind of like, I think I accidentally grabbed the string that I tucked under there to hold the bunting in place. So it took me a little bit of maneuvering, and not only that, I also punched the hole with a tiny hole punch, so it was really hard to get my tweezers in there. Note to self, put the string in there before you attach it to the page. It's so much easier. But I mean, it worked out in the long run, so I'm happy with the way that it turned out. It's not like it's messed up or anything. It's just took me a little bit of extra time that it wouldn't have if I had done it ahead of time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get these little strings on. I'm pretty happy with the way that that looks. And then I am going to I tucked in this little campfire off to the right-hand side. I thought that was appropriate since we are at a campfire, and I thought it was super cute. So I'm happy with the way that that's going. And now I'm going to go ahead and stick down my other piece of string. I did go ahead and do the knots in the upper one, and then I will do those down here as well. And you don't get to see it drying and all of that kind of stuff by the magic of video. I kind of just, fast forward through all of that. So it was all set, and I didn't have to worry about the string pulling out or anything. While I'm doing that, don't forget to check out the Scrappy sisters and Laura and everybody else who's playing along with Scraptember. There is a playlist down below that you can go and check out and see all of the videos that have been released for Scraptember so far. So go and check it out and give them a little bit of love. I added a stick with marshmallows on it underneath that one, the right hand wood piece that says Happy Little Campers. I thought that was super cute. And then I added the actual s'more next to the piece that says Get Wild. I thought that was really cute too. It's just perfect for these photos. They are not actually roasting marshmallows, but there is a campfire going on. They've also got lit tiki torches behind them, and I just thought it was super cute. And actually, at the end of the evening, they do roast marshmallows and do s'mores after the campfire is over. So it is totally appropriate to have those on there. I added a little lantern onto that lower bunting area and a campfire to the upper one. And then I'm going to bring in just a little bit more orange by adding these 2 butterflies. I know it's nighttime and there's probably not butterflies out, but there probably are moths. And, you know, aren't those like cousins to butterflies? Maybe these are just orange moths. I have no idea. I'm just going to go with it, you guys. I hope you are too. I'm adding this little sticker that looks like a compass over to the bottom left-hand side, and I think that's really cute. And I like how these round circles make it look like book tabs or something like that. Off to the side. So that makes me kind of happy also. I did cut this little tiny word out of one of the stickers. One says explore and I think the other one says discover, and I added it to the 2 little bunting areas. One's on top of that little wood sign that's hanging. And that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you a good idea or some inspiration on how to use some of the stickers in your stash. And I hope you come back and see me on Friday. I'll be back with a Mixed Media Mayhem layout. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this one. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And again, don't forget to check out everyone else who is playing along. Thank you so much to Laura and Jess and Katie for putting this together. It's been an awesome series so far, and I am just enjoying every moment that I get to play along. So I'll see you guys again on Friday. Bye-bye.